So let's start with the questions. Start getting those questions right there in that question box. Now remember, I always value your feedback. So go to facebook.com/Ryan Lee Marketing. Please give me your Facebook. Show all the other people what they are missing right now. So go on there, take a minute, tell people how awesome this module is and how they're insane not to be in this training system. Okay. First question from Rona is Keynote all right if you don't have PowerPoint? Absolutely. 100%. I've used Keynote, but I just come back to PowerPoint just because I'm so familiar with it. So you can use Keynote. Okay. In what size do you record your webinar for uploading? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't even know. I just basically record the whole screen. So I don't even know what size I do. Again, technical. This is from Jennifer. Let me try to make some. Okay. If your product is based on videos, how can you produce the highest quality product if you don't have money for a fancy setup, videographer, etc.? We'll talk about that when we talk about creating video products. But remember, this PowerPoint stuff, we're recording it through the internet, right? But if you're talking about like actual live, in-person, face-to-face, belly to belly, no pun intended, then we're gonna talk about that: hiring videographers, pricing, quality, all that stuff. So hang on, I don't want to jump too far ahead. How many pages should a PowerPoint be if free to build a list? Well, are you just giving away a PowerPoint presentation? Because that's kind of a strange thing. I mean, you could turn your PowerPoint into a PDF file, and I'm going to talk about that next week. So if it's going to be a free report, I would probably keep it, I would make it no more than like 20 to 30 pages. Otherwise, it gets too long and people don't read through the whole thing. Ben, if you have a question, can you post it on my Facebook fan page? Yeah, but the problem is I don't want to get into the habit of making the Facebook fan page become like a private coaching forum, because then people ask questions or they feel bad asking like a personal one. So let's try to keep them here on the Q&A time. That's more, the Facebook is more to interact. You guys can form little mastermind groups, hold each other accountable, all the news and latest stuff. But I'd prefer not to make that like specific, real in-depth Q&A stuff for me. But again, go there. Tell me how much you like the program. Thanks, Ben. Okay. Okay. This is from Ben Wilson. If doing a fitness video, rugby training, would you not do any videos or workouts as it doesn't fit with this PowerPoint? No. This is, again, I'm going to give you guys a couple of different ways to create programs. This is just one. The PowerPoint method is just one. I'm going to talk about live video in an upcoming module. But this is just one way to do it. This is more for education, but if yours is a video-based system, then this one probably doesn't fit. Okay. Andrew's question, my key question is, how do you prove $1,000 of value? Well, we'll talk about that when we talk about the sales process and setting up the copy. But I mean, that's going to be a job of selling it and saying, look, this is the value in it. How much. Now that's why when I talked last module about selling, making something more of a hard topic, it's easier to justify. Hey, if I show you how to make $1,000 a day, is it worth investing $1,000? Yes, of course it is. If I'm going to show you how to lose 20 pounds, is it worth $1,000? To some people, yes. To some people, no. If I'm going to show you how to get a raise that's going to make you another 30 grand a year, is it worth spending $1,000? Yes. So it's going to depend on your topic, and it's going to depend how badly people want the information. People will spend money. They will. There's a guy who lives like half a mile from me. You guys have probably heard. He's a famous guy, Harry Connick Jr. He lives down the road from me, and his kids go to one of the schools here, and they did a fundraiser. And one of the fundraisers was you could win bid on a 1-hour piano lesson with Harry Connick Jr. And the winning bid was $25,000. Is it worth $25,000 for a 1-hour piano lesson with anyone? Probably not, but it's Harry Connick Jr. He has the value, he has the name, you know, he has a reputation, and it was for obviously it was for charity, which was another thing. But so people will spend, and it's, you know, to justify the 1,000. People will make all the justifications. Mark, I already answered that about Keynote. Lori wants to know all the training is going to be live Thursday at 1. Not all of them. It's going to vary, but I'm going to try to keep it pretty consistent. Some of them might be Wednesday, might be a Tuesday. Okay. Candy, am I saying... Let's see. Are you saying you want us to have your product finished in 2 weeks? No, not necessarily. Look, everyone's going to go at their own pace, right? So I can't tell you when you should or should not have the product done by, because you know, in 2 weeks from now we do the other module, you'd be like, you know what, Ryan, I don't want to create the PowerPoint program, I want to create this other product, because I didn't even go through the other modules yet. I didn't even talk about hiring other people, being a host, being a producer. So this right now we're still in the education mode, right? We're still talking about showing you what to do. If after this you're like, you know what, this is what I want to do, then absolutely go for it. Create the PowerPoint stuff. So when we come back in 2 weeks, we'll then go through turning it into a video and audio and all that stuff. So it's going to be completely up to you. But there's no one says you have to get it done in 2 weeks. Okay, this is from Greg. Hi Ryan, I have a general fitness blog on my site with no list. I have a fitness blog on my site with no list. Okay, but want to create a product for brides. So I start off with a new blog and then create a premium fitness product for brides. This system, now if you go through the Ryan Lee method, I talk all about building the blog and doing all this stuff. For this system, you don't have to create a blog. We're going to talk about just creating one sales page to sell that bride product. So you can get a domain name for just the bride product, but you don't have to create a whole new blog and a whole new thing, unless you want to build a whole new business around it. But I'm talking about this whole program is about premium products, selling that one thing, getting to $1,000 a day. Scott wants to know, can you insert videos into PowerPoint? Yes, but every time I try to do that, it screws up and people can't hear it, so I don't even bother anymore. Okay, this is from Ryan Arnold, although this is pretty similar to, I think, what the other question. If you don't have your site up yet, would you suggest getting the base site and blog up first? Again, you don't need to. I don't want to get, like I said, you know, I don't want to confuse people and start talking about building blogs and getting beyond the scope of this course. This course is about one thing: creating a premium product and creating a super simple sales funnel to sell that $1,000 or $500 product. That is it. It's not about blogging. It's not about any of the other stuff. That's all in other programs. This is purely focused on the simple site. Okay. Jack's question. How many pre-launch webinars should we have to gather people from the forums before product release? We'll talk about that when we talk about marketing, Jack. Okay? So hold that one till then. Keith, I already answered that question. Jennifer says, I feel so stressed that if I don't come up with the right name, it won't sell. Not necessarily, but I do think the name and the hook are important. But, you know, don't fall into the paralysis by analysis. You could come up with a name and the product, and let's say you try it, it doesn't work, you only sell a few of them. You could always change it. You can always change the name. I can't tell you how many times I've tried products, they don't work, and then I'll rename it. I had an event that was originally going to be called Osworth because it was this new site I was building years ago, and seats were not selling fast enough. And I'm like, man, this is just, the hook is not working. People are like, what is this? I don't get it. I changed it to the Continuity Summit, and the rest is history. Now it's like a big sellout event each year. The second I changed the name, it started working. But don't get stressed out about it. But my point's not to make you more stressed. My point is that I already had started selling tickets to the other event, and I changed the event name in the middle of it, and it still works. So you'd be absolutely fine changing it. John wants to know, how do we review previous modules and see everyone's questions you've written down in Word? It's all on the Q. Under each training module, there's always going to be the Q&A video and audio there, so you'll be able to see that. Yeah, and this program really does complement the Ryan Lee method. Like, the Ryan Lee method is basically showing you everything: the blog, the system, the marketing, blah blah, everything. And this is just like kind of the add-on to it. Like, this is the icing on the cake. This is the premium product. Okay. Again, some of these questions are being repeated. This is Rob's question. It's a good one. Is it best to do to do something you're passionate about or something you have most of your experience in? Yes. Look, you want to know what the best is? The best is to find something that you have experience in and you're passionate about. You know, when I started online fitness, I was very passionate about fitness and I knew a lot about it. Like I went to school at night and got my master's degree in exercise physiology. So, and now with internet marketing, I've been doing it for so long and I'm so passionate about it. So it's like, you know, the ideal is to meet right in the middle, is to have both. If you had to choose one, if you said, Ryan, you know, you put a gun to my head and say you have to choose something you're either passionate about or you have experience in, I would tell you, and this might, some people might disagree with me, is I would go for the passion because you could always learn the other stuff. You could, like I said, you know, when I was talking about in the module, in terms of gathering information, you'd be amazed how much you could learn, how quickly you can learn. You know, if you're diagnosed with cancer, you will know more than most cancer doctors. Oncology, I forget the name of the freaking doctors actually, but you'll know more because you know your life is on the line. So I would say passion, and passion is going to drive you, and it comes through. I mean, you guys see my blog, you're on my program here. You see I'm not faking this. Like I love this shit. I could do this all day, and that's why it works. And you've probably been in other coaching programs and probably bought other products where you know they're not passionate about it. It just doesn't feel right. You could tell they're just doing it for a buck, and they're doing it because they have a big car payment coming up or something. So I would always go for passion first. Okay. This is Dan's question. Missed some of the box shot stuff. Do we need only one flat design, or we can add other text? Yeah, you could do whatever you want. You could add. So, you know, what I did with my program is I didn't even put module 1, module 2, module 3 because I just wanted to get it up fast. So I just put the logo in the middle and just put the system on. But you can absolutely call them module 1, module 2. You could have more descriptives there. You know, so you can do whatever you want with that. So you can come in here. You know, you could see here, like I was kind of playing around with this thing. You know, calling it module 1 get paid. So you could do whatever you want with that. Mike wants to do we compensate experts for interviews. We're going to talk about that when we get onto that module with bringing other experts. And Ben will talk about MP3, MP4, WMV. We'll talk about all that in the next module. And I hope you guys don't think I'm trying to be evasive, but I just don't want to jump ahead because then when I do it later, you're like, oh, I already heard this. So I want to just make sure we're sticking to the topic. All right, this is from Jerry. I'm involved in different niches and don't want my persona tied to a particular niche. Is it best to use an unfaced brand logo or to team up with someone who's willing to put their face on it, or to crop a face off a stock photo and invent a persona? Well, first, Jerry, look, I'm not going to tell you your business, but I would say right away you probably have an issue because you're in different niches. Like, that's usually not a good sign. Because everyone for years thought, oh, be in different niches, but it's really hard to have your full attention on any one, and then all of them end up being like moderate hits or misses, and you can't truly focus. I always suggest, get in one niche and friggin' dominate. Then you own that market. It's so much easier to make money rather than being spread out. But if you're going to ignore me and choose to go that route, I would definitely not do the last option. I wouldn't use the cheesy clip art, you know, royalty free of some cheesy person model and use that as a fake persona. That could also get you into big trouble as well. So I would not go that route. I'd rather just see you team up with someone else and have them be the front and you're more the producer, you're behind the scenes. Okay. Rick's question: for a $1,000 product with 8 modules, is there a rule of thumb of how many materials in each? So great question, Rick. Here's kind of my numbers. In general, if you're creating PowerPoint, it's going, depending on the speed at which you speak, for me, it ends up being around, right, approximately 1 minute per slide. So if I'm doing a 60-minute presentation, it's usually about, 50 to 60 slides. And that's because some slides might go really fast, some might be 2 minutes, but that's an approximate, okay? It's not 300 slides for 1 hour presentation. Now, today's, and I'll even show you, was shorter. This was 37 slides. And the reason is because I knew I was doing demos. I knew I was going to demo creating PowerPoint, and I knew I was going to demo showing you how to create the graphics. So that's why I only made it 37. If I didn't have those demos, this would have been about 50 or 60. Mark said, can we have a URL to tweet for you? Where do you want the tweet to land? You know what? Go to the file. If you guys want to be an affiliate, if you want to promote this and make some money, because I'll give you 50% of everyone you sell into this program, go to ryanlee.com/AFF. So go to I'll put that up. So ryanlee.com. And I run this 1K per day program through ClickBank, so you'll get 50% commission on everything you refer. So go on there and get your link. But I will tell you right now, if you guys have a ClickBank ID already and you already know it, it's going to be, that's your this will be your ClickBank ID, whatever it is. So if yours is, Mark Evans, it would go there. .1kformula.hop.clickbank.net. So just change this. Don't use this. Change this with your ClickBank ID. Promote that link, and you'll get commission. So I would appreciate that, and I'm sure other people who are in this program will be like, oh, this is awesome. Okay. Here is Rod's question. This is my first live training. Welcome to the fun, Rod. You said in the sales webinar that you help teachers create and sell premium products. Do they get marketed to teachers or to the school districts? We've done both, but now obviously unless the client says I have to keep certain information confidential. But I will tell you, if you are marketing to school districts, because I've sold products to school districts, it's a different animal, because they do it, because I was a teacher, and they have budgets for their department. So they're usually going to invoice you too. So they're going to send you an invoice, you're going to have to send some kind of sales letter, or you're going to have to send a description of what it is, and then they're going to send you a check, 3, 6, 8 weeks later. So it's much different trying to sell, and it's not always easy to justify a $1,000 purchase to a school district. If a teacher has a $3,000 budget for a year, it's hard to justify. So in general, although they tend not to have quite as much money, but it is better to go after the motivated teachers who are willing to spend their own money. I know I did. When I was working in the school, I spent my own money on education and materials. I even brought in my own medicine balls and all that stuff. So you're probably better off going after the teacher. This is from Erica. If you're more comfortable in the producer or host roles, would you still develop a PowerPoint presentation like this? You absolutely can. I mean, look, you could say, I don't like speaking, I don't like my voice, but I love the research, I like setting it up. You can create this whole PowerPoint and just hire like a trainer, hire a voiceover person to read it for you. Not that difficult. That you can absolutely do that. I haven't done that, but you can. Okay. This is from Sharon. What if you want to create a PowerPoint for your online program and want them to see as you do the webinar? Can you do both on screen? Absolutely. That's what I'm doing now. It's exactly what I'm doing now. And we'll talk more about that in the next module. But, yep. Okay. This is from Zach. Long question, sorry. My idea for the product's sales phase, for the first module, plus the name of it, learn how to start your home-based web design business and have your first client in 10 days with Zach's web design success blueprint. Whew. Yeah, that is way too long. I'm teaching a beginner how to start their own successful home-based web business, including technical instruction. Yeah, way too long. So you're teaching a beginner how to start their own home-based web design business. I mean, that's more of the essence right there. How to start your own home-based web design business. And that's your title. That's kind of a tagline, but it would be, maybe it could be, you know, I'd have to, it takes me a while to kind of think around names. Maybe it could be the web design business, using my thing formula. So it could be like web design business formula. How to start your own home-based web design business, on a shoestring budget. So, not bad for 30 seconds, but you get the point. I would go probably that route. Okay. Rob's question: I'm creating a fitness product. Should I just provide more than one? Should I provide more than just the programs? Writing loads of theory is writing loads of theory a waste of time. I wouldn't spend too much time with the theory of it, unless you're targeting to like trainers and physiologists who are really interested in that. I would maybe do the intro model, talk about theory, but talk about why it's so important that they're getting it. Really get them to stick and to buy into it. Because if you just give them workouts, but there's no reason why they're buying it, your stick rate might not be that good. So I would still get into some of the theory, but I wouldn't spend 2 or 3 modules going into detail on it. Ryan, you already mentioned my name sucks. Swimming Lessons Academy. Swimming Lessons Academy. I mean, I think if you're targeting swim coaches, that would probably have some appeal. The general public probably not going to want, but if it's going for coaches, I don't think it's terrible. Not bad. I don't love it, but I don't think it sucks. I don't know if it's the home run, but it's not bad for that market. Okay. Kirk says, can we post tips we come across on Facebook for others to see? Yes, but I do moderate my Facebook page, because what I don't want is people to come on and start using it. I don't want to become a place where people use it as a place just to promote their products and to make affiliate commissions. Like, hey guys, I checked this out. Look at this. Look at my post. Look at that. And then you're sending everyone away. So you just got to. I kind of keep an eye on that. Jacqueline, so how do you pay your affiliates, your JV part? I'm going to talk about all that stuff. From an FTC standpoint, don't you need to be cautious about creating a product image and box shot that isn't actually what's going to be delivered to the customer? Well, I mean, you're telling them, look, this is going to be delivered instantly. And if I'm saying, hey, you're going to get the MP3, and it shows an MP3 player, I mean, you just have to be very clear. And I'm always crystal clear, and I'm saying it 10 times. Remember, this can be delivered instantly. You're not getting the MP3 player. But Jim, I'm certainly not an attorney, and I can't give legal advice. So contact your attorney if you're not sure. But I've never had an issue with it. Doesn't mean there won't be an issue, but I've never had an issue with it, or nor have my clients. Once in a while, you'll get a customer that'll say, "Hey, I thought I was getting the manuals." I mean, you still get that, no matter how clear you are, but not from the FTC. I haven't. Patricia said, for an ebook, is 100 pages enough? Yeah, but we're not talking about ebooks in this program. But as long as it's good information, absolutely. Lori wants to know, which module will you be covering to set up WordPress site? It's probably going to be module 5, or it might be 6, depending on how many modules this ends up being. Because it was originally going to be a 6 module, and look, this is living and breathing, so it might end up being 7 or 8 modules. Okay. Rick, no, I don't know Harry and Jill. I've seen Harry Connick Jr. in town a lot, but I'm not friends with the guy. He just lives down the street from me. Chris wants to know, how would you combine both PowerPoint and video? I'm going to talk about that. Remember, guys, just try to keep it to what we covered so far. Ben, with the Camtasia questions, I will talk about that in the next module. Okay. Here's Crystal. I have a photography course. How to turn your pictures into cash. Plan to take some basic photography, and photography too competitive. No, it's not too competitive. It's not. I mean, look, it's competitive, but you could always carve out a niche. So I don't see an issue with that at all. I'm going to get stuck on the keyword. Just keep working on it, Crystal. But yeah, I don't think it's too competitive. Jack, I know you. I see you've asked a question again with the pre-launch of webinars. We're going to talk about that in a future product. I mean, in a future module, so you don't have to keep asking that one. Okay. William's question: should we concentrate on products that we can blog about easily, or create continuity sales after the sale? You know, for this program, you don't necessarily have to, but it always helps if you're thinking long term, because I always like to think about a long term business. Okay, so Rod, back with the teacher question. Do you have any thoughts on premium programs for teachers that they'll spend money on? You know, anything that's going to help them with their job. You know, get through to students better, teach better, done for you lesson plans, those type of things. Okay. Tom said he came in late. What's the box link? The link is, and remember, you guys use my link and you get a special discount. It's right here. RyanLee.com/boxshot. I'll type that in there. The guy Jack who created is just an awesome guy, and the program, I love it. It's the best one I've seen. Mike, we're going to talk about traffic and sales and conversions. We're going to talk all about that later on in the modules, towards the end. Okay. A new blog will just create skepticism first. I'm not sure, Curtis, if that was a specific question you asked. Okay. Andrew's question: how can I create a workout product if I suck as a trainer but have a unique concept? I mean, if you're not a good trainer, then you shouldn't be on there training people. That's obviously number one. And if you have a unique concept but you haven't actually tried it with people, and then I wouldn't sell it. I mean, ethically, I can't tell you to say, hey, Andrew, you have a cool concept, but you don't know if it actually works, so go out and teach it to people, because they could get hurt. So I don't know. You know, you've got to get it working. I mean, that's what you're doing. Okay, Johnny, I see your question. You said don't read it out loud. I think so. I think that could work. Okay. Again, people keep asking questions about compensating experts. I promise I'm going to talk about that in detail. I don't want to give you just a half answer now. I'd rather spend more time on that when we get onto that module. Suzanne wants to know: are we creating autoresponders? We will, but I'm going to show you really simple autoresponder sequences. Tom wants to know: will you be talking a lot of marketing on courses? Yes. We're going to do two whole modules just on traffic, because that's going to be key, obviously. But I wanted to spend time here because without this, you're not going to convert anyway, and you're going to get more refunds. Okay. From Andrew: what about taking the product and creating competing brands names with yourself? I wouldn't even think about that now. Let's create one and make some money. You're 10 steps ahead. Okay. Obviously, we're here for premium products. So starting with scratch, would you create complementary products first? Yeah. I mean, yeah. For this program, it's all about premium. But you know, I like having products across all price points. So I might start with a lower one, but again, people do come in at the high point. If it was just about the money, I would probably just do probably all premium. Anna says the name I chose for my program is the Forbidden Diet. How does that sound to you? The Forbidden Diet. I like that. You have to make sure it's not taken already or trademarked, but I like that name because you want to know what it is. Patricia, we're going to be talking about traffic in an upcoming module. Jack, we're going to talk about affiliates. Tom, we're going to talk about different formatting and perceived value. So these are all good questions. Okay. Daryl's. And the reason I'm just saying your name is just so you know that, just so I acknowledge that I'm seeing your question and I'm not ignoring you. Daryl said, I have a blog, ebook, sales page, 3 years of video to edit. This looks like a great fit to finish what I have started. Yeah, I mean, as long as the video is good. I don't know what your sales page looks like, but I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch anyway. Andy Bailey, what's more important, the name of the product or the quality of your marketing sales process? Can you have a really bad product name, but the success because your sales process is fucking dialed? What's more important? I mean, they're both very important, but obviously, if I had to choose one, I would say the quality of your marketing and sales process, because if people are really, really excited, and if they're coming to you and they go through like a sales process and they're ready to buy, the name doesn't really matter as much. Like, I could have hyped you guys up about this, how to make $1,000 a day, and could have called it, you know, the ring-a-ding method, and people still would have bought. Maybe not as many as 1K per day, but I probably would have got buyers. So it's if I had to choose one, I would go with that way. Larry, you already get access to that program. Go in the dashboard and you'll see a link to register for it. I've already given that to you guys. Okay. Keith said, do you remember when you got into this and your heart was pumping with adrenaline because of how cool this stuff is? Grateful to you, Ryan. Absolutely. And I feel that way every day, especially when I discover new like when I discovered like Box Shot King, I was so excited. I was like a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, this is awesome. So I still get excited every day. But yeah, I do remember kind of getting in there. Chris, yes, you do have access to it. Just go into your members dashboard and you'll see the place to register. Rob, good question. I mean, we'll cover this more in the sales process, but do you need loads of testimonials to back up your program at first? No, you don't. It helps, but you absolutely don't. Okay. Let's see. Domain names. Can we get your opinion on domain names? Yeah, look, with domain names, I would always try to get the .com version. Don't go with .net or .org or any of that stuff. The good thing is with a larger product, and especially if you're using the word formula or system, chances are that's going to be available. So 1K per day wasn't available, but 1K per day formula was available. Okay, Mike, again, we're going to talk about experts in a future one. Andrew, yeah, IM is very competitive. You just got to find a niche. You got to niche it down even more. Yeah, Keith, I don't really touch on intellectual property. It's just not my, you know, I just like legally can't, because I don't want to get into the issue of, well, Ryan said I could, you know, all of a sudden you get sued by someone and say, well, Ryan said I could do it, so it's good. What I suggest you do always is, to be safe, just go to an attorney who understands, you know, the intellectual property legal issues. But I just legally, like my attorney said, I just can't touch that stuff, because I can get myself into a lot of trouble. So I got to be really careful. But always do your homework. I mean, look, a basic search, I will tell you this, you know, at least in the U.S., go to uspto.gov. Wait, is this it? Yeah, Patent and Trademark Office. Look under Trademark Process. I would do search marks, and then I would do a basic search. So, you know, if your thing was like 1K, you can see all the people who have 1K registered within their and see what's available, what's taken, if it's live or dead. So this can give you a real general idea if someone's using it. That's about as deep as I can go. Steph, we'll talk about that part when I talk about recording. Okay. I'm just looking through these questions. Some of these people asked before they saw me answer it already. Scott wants to know how easy it is to do demos. Yeah, I literally just keep ScreenFlow going, and I just have it all set up ahead of time. So I logged in like 10 minutes before. I logged in, got everything set, got all the web pages ready, so you didn't have to see me fumbling through. Keith says, do I recommend processing through ClickBank? I love going through ClickBank, but it's not always easy to get approved for a higher priced product. So that's the only trick, is to do a really high quality product. But I will introduce you to, I will get you guys my personal ClickBank manager there, and then you could always talk to them, and he could point you in the right direction. Okay. Maru. I'm a passionate info gatherer and love teaching. That's great right there. One of the two ideas is using my passion test certification for a 1K program. Choosing a micro niche that would pay 1K for my goal. Do you think I'd have to limit to a high earning professional group? Depends on your goals, in terms of financial goals. I don't know your passion test certification. Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, people have to be able to afford it. So if you're going after people that only make 20 grand a year, then they're probably not going to be able to afford it. So you've got to go, obviously, people who could afford it. But maybe it's not a $1,000 program for you. Maybe it's a $500. Maybe it's $297. Okay. Patricia wants to know benefits of ClickBank over PayPal. The biggest benefit of ClickBank is they pay the affiliates and they handle everything. Chargebacks, refunds, all that stuff. But the built-in affiliate network is huge. I mean, the fact that I just before, I showed you here's the like you guys can go right there and start promoting this and start making sales. I don't have to do anything. So, and it's all done. And I don't have to worry about paying you. You know you're going to get paid by ClickBank. That's the biggest benefit. Okay. I want to create a product to solve a problem I've encountered. Since I do not know the information, I'll have to research. However, is it difficult to get people in the know to interview? Not at all. Diana, I'm not going to read your question out loud. Yeah, I think that could be a good one. I do. Again, guys, and I know the questions are lagging behind, but I will talk, I promise, about interviewing experts in another module. Okay. Keith, do you want me to mention my next live event? I'll put that on my Facebook page. I don't want to do it because if people watching this recording, next year, and they're like, "Oh man, can I go to the event?" Like, I don't want to deal with that. So I'll show you on my Facebook page our next live event. And we're actually, stay tuned because we're gonna do a big promo in a couple days to get a ticket to the live event. You'll see. So I'm gonna save you some money. Okay. Okay, this is from Scott. A niche product for strength training for surfers. There are already a few programs available, but still want to dominate. Any spin on it? Maybe your spin could be strength training on the beach with body weight, or maybe it's more strength and endurance. But I don't know anything about surfing, so it could be, maybe it's for female surfers. Again, I don't know how many female surfers there are. I have no idea if there's like 10 female surfers. I don't know. So, or cross training for surfers, because I know they like being outdoors. I'm assuming they like being outdoors since they're insane and surfing with sharks. Marshall, my idea is to create a product where I'm going to give the best fitness coaches to be interviewed. How much do I offer them? I'm going to talk about that in the upcoming module. Can you offer, Andrew wants to know, can you offer the product through Kunaki? I wouldn't recommend this through Kunaki, no. Curtis, thank you. I saw that email. Appreciate it. Curtis. Yeah, I don't want to ask people that question. How many? Lori just purchased Boxshot through my link. Thank you for that, Lori. Dinner's on me. Cool. It is a really cool program. This module, Suzanne, it's going to take a little while because since I do the MP3, the MP4, and all the movie files, and each of these is an hour, it might be up within 24 hours, but most likely by it's definitely going to be up by Saturday because I'm leaving on Sunday for the vacation. So it'll definitely be up by Saturday. Okay. I'm trying to think how I'm going to get through all these questions. We might have to... my voice is starting to burn out. When I talk so much, my throat gets on fire. You know what, guys? Give me exactly 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Someone sing. I'm back. Okay. You know how freaked out I am about a niche. I'm passionate about amazing muscle testing. Do you think it's a good niche? Muscle testing? For consumers, no. For chiropractors and healthcare people, if it could help them with their business, yes. That's my short answer to that. Curtis... Have you ever looked into opening up a group discussion for your members? Yeah, I've thought about it. I just got to think of the right way to handle it. The one thing, and you guys are always free to go on the Facebook page and form your own private groups. Absolutely. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Lee Marketing and go form your own groups there. You're absolutely free to do that. But what I don't want to do is get involved and all of a sudden now. For the next 3 years, like I'm doing everyday coaching and answering questions, and because that's worth that would cost a lot more money. And look, I want to teach you guys how to make a good income, but still have a life, and I don't want to be on the computer 24 hours a day either, and feel bad if someone asks a question and I can't get back to it. So you guys can go on there and rock and roll, form your own groups. Go on there and say, hey, excuse me. Hey guys, I'm in Ryan Lee's 1K program. Does anyone want to form a little mini mastermind group? And then go in there and just literally set up a group, set up a private group between 4 or 5 of you. I think that would be awesome. I don't need to make any money from that. I don't want a piece of the income from that, but you guys can go on there and talk about the modules. I think it's a good idea. I know other marketers would try to monetize and be like, oh, they're talking, I should be involved. I don't care. Go for it. I think it's a great idea. Jerry wants to know product liability insurance. Yeah, you've got to. There are different insurance. Talk to your insurance carrier and see what they cover. But yeah, when I did the fitness stuff, I had my fitness insurance did cover online products. Hector says thoughts about creating products for contractors. Actually, one of my clients, Chris, who's in this program, is working on products for contractors. I think it's a good market. Okay. And if you guys answered a question and it didn't get answered yet, just have patience because there's a lot of questions in queue that I'm trying to get to. So please don't ask it more than once. I will get to it now, I promise. Okay. Do you divide up the different modules once you've made the PowerPoint outline so it's not all in the same presentation file? Yes, I do that. So what I'll do is, so once module 1 is done, then I'll just literally, I would just copy it, and then I'd create a whole new, I'm sorry, I'd go here. Where the heck am I? I'd create a new presentation, and then I would put it all in here, and I call it, module 1, whatever. But I like to work off of one document first for some reason. It just helps me. Okay. Okay, I'm just going through, trying to catch up here. Okay, what's your advice offering your product to a sample audience to obtain testimonials? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, offering it to some friends and people in the industry, 100%. I think it's a great idea to do. When you create a product, or if you have enough content, do you hold back some follow-up or VIP type? Well, look, every product you do, you can't. There's always going to be stuff you can't cover because, like, even with my Ryan Lee method, which was very, very comprehensive. I mean, I couldn't. It's impossible. I would be teaching forever because stuff's always changing. There's always new stuff happening. But yeah, you do have to think ahead. You may say, you know what, maybe this is the beginner version, and then we'll do the advanced version. But I'm not a big fan of like holding. If I know, like if I'm talking now about creating products, and I knew about box shot and creating that, but didn't tell you guys because that's like really good, and I only want to share it with certain people, then I'm not really doing you a service, right? And I'd probably take it to the extreme where other guys will be like, well, Ryan, I think you're leaving money on the table. But I know that people do appreciate it. I know that it's going to come back many times over. So I'm all for just kind of letting it all hang out there. So that's the way I think about it. Okay. This is from Mike. One last question. You have a student from Rise to the Top who does interviews. What's the best way to monetize a site like that for your own niche and turn it into a 1K a day strategy aiming for health? Then it would be, you know, if you're, so basically Rise to the Top is he does interviews each week with different entrepreneurs. The issue then is, you know, if that's your whole product, if you're giving all these interviews away for free, you can't really make a product, give it, you know, selling more interviews. Like, well, you already give it away for free. So it's got to be some other variation. I would then make it, I would probably turn it more into a coaching program then. So maybe $1,000, maybe it's not a one-time thing, maybe it's a 6-month coaching program or a 3-month coaching program. So that's the way I would turn it around to a premium product. Very simple solution. It's a good question though. Jason said not to read out loud. I think the title's okay. The one for baseball. Little generic, but I think it's serviceable. Okay, my product is better transformation. My niche is women over 40, cougar fitness. Love that stuff. Could be the. I also like when there's some type of alliteration. If you could do something with a K sound, but you know, look, if you want to be a little more in your face, you know, the kick-ass cougar system or something like that, because it has that K, the kick-ass cougar. And then you could always, I like when you could, you know, are you part of the KAC? You know, with me, think about my programs, you know, like where I got the inner circle, it's the IC, the 1K per day program, 1K per day formula, we call it the 1K. So anytime you could associate that with your names is always pretty cool. People come up with their own vernacular and have fun with it. When I create a power, this is from Lori, do I put my contact information? You can, but I wouldn't put my logo and all that stuff at the bottom of every one. I think it can be excessive. But you absolutely can do it. I tend not to. Okay, Keith said keep this one confidential. Yes, I do think that could work. Chris's question. You guys have a lot of good questions. Remember, keep going to my facebook.com/Ryan Lee Marketing. Post comments, all the stuff you guys are digging here, and you guys can form groups too. And use, if you want to promote this program and make some money to your friends and all that, and put on your Facebook page and tweet, go here. Just change this with your ClickBank ID, and this is it. Let's make you some money. Let's sell 4 or 5 of them so you guys make back all of your fees here. Okay. How do we have an LLC? You got to go through an attorney, Greg, to set up an LLC, or there's places you could do that yourself online. I recommend going with an attorney because it could be tricky. ClickBank does not require that, though. You could still use your Social Security. You don't have to be an LLC. All right, Ben, you are very welcome. Uh, Johnny, good question. How key is it to tie your domain name to the product you're selling? I think it is key to try to tie it in. And it is, you could, if you change the name down the line, you can keep the. I wouldn't say get a generic domain name, because you might change something down the line. Like if you're gonna go for it, go balls out and just go for it and get the name. And if you come up with new products, then just get new product names, new domain names. Okay. Erica wants to know, how do you get to the inner circle? The inner circle is different. The 1K per day program has a start and finish. The inner circle is something that we do. Every week. Like if you like this kind of stuff, we do live training every single week with different guests, with me, live Q&A, everything. So that's just go to ryanlee.com/IC and you could join there. But most of the members, most people in the 1K program are in my inner circle. But that's always new, updated stuff. So this is a system I'm teaching now, but the inner circle is always what's going on now in the business. Greg, you're very welcome for that. Erica, thanks for the compliments. Okay. This is for Ben. This is about niches, slightly off topic. Do you always have to go down 3 levels to have a good... No, you don't always have to. But I think you just don't want to be too... You don't want to be too generic. Rad, don't go with the name with the dashes. Just go with a .com, with a regular name with the .com, if you can. And no, Stacy, I don't think you have to buy all the .infos, .nets, all that stuff. Andy says, dating for men a hard or soft topic. I don't know if men really want to date. I mean, it definitely would appeal to some guys. It probably appeal to the older market who are looking for love. Sharon, you're having trouble with screen flow. I would just go right through TechSmith. I think they're the ones who make it, and ask them. But look, a great place to always find tutorials, good old YouTube. So if you're having issues with it, just screen flow. Screen flow tutorials. And I bet you could probably find the answer within here. Free. Gotta love it. Yeah, Chris and Andrew talking about PayPal, that they don't... I'm not a big fan of using PayPal for this. I would still use the ClickBank or your own merchant account. So Jeremy, yeah, if you have a merchant account, you can still use it, especially if ClickBank doesn't approve a higher price product. Suzanne, we do have an affiliate link. I'll get you that for our live event. Rad wants to know, yes, you can use Optimized Press for a membership site. Okay, Rob wants to do something similar to Vince, one of my own clients, after having my own story. Do you think you still make money? Yeah, you can still make money in that niche, absolutely. A lot of people, if you think about it, guys, you always say, is there enough, is the market too crowded? I mean, think about, you guys are in this program right now. I guarantee this is not the only business and marketing program you've ever bought. You've probably bought other programs and courses from other marketers. You've probably bought other books. So if you're going after a market and people are excited about it, and they're going to buy more than one thing. Like you probably don't have just one book or just one course. Granted, my stuff's the best and kicks everyone else's ass, but you're going to buy more, and that's okay. Okay. Ben, you got Boxshot too. Good. I think you guys are going to like that. Patricia, I don't have any specific contacts for insurance for that. Okay. Curtis wants to know. It's the first time I've ever been asked this. Do you have consultants or advisors talking into your ear while you do these live sessions? No. I would lose my mind if someone was talking. This is all like me off the top of my head. That's really interesting. I hope it doesn't sound like I have people talking to me. Okay. Right. How do you decide? Again, like if you know your stuff and you're passionate, you should be able to do this stuff all day. How do you decide what info to give for free? We'll talk about that when we talk more into the products. Cool. Thanks, Keith. Mike, how about a subdomain and an authority site? Yeah, you could use a subdomain. So meaning like, ryanlee.com/whatever to sell a expensive product. Okay, Anna's got to go. Have a great day. I effing rock. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, Alex, we're not going to talk about membership sites in this program. Okay. Chris said, my ADD kicked in before answering your question. Would I launch a product and begin teaching it before it was done? Yes, you can. I mean, right now the 1K. Again, you guys are living proof. You're going through the 1K program and it's not done yet. Like, because it's not 6 modules, 7 modules. It might be 8 modules now. So I'm literally creating it as we're going, and based on a lot of these questions, I'm going to be modifying it even more. So you can absolutely do that. Eric, I'm reading your question. Do I think that'll work? I think it's okay. I think it's a little generic. Nope, I don't want people doing that. Rat says, I'm the Dr. Phil of Internet Marketing. Hopefully, thank you. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Hopefully, better looking though. So, Rad, any chance I'll be able to show people how to use Camtasia? No, because I don't have Camtasia anymore. I used to use it, but again, like I said here, honestly, like go here, and you probably have some geeky nerds who could show you how to use Camtasia a lot better than I can. This is very cool. Thanks, Keith. Gotta tell you, internet thing. Left me. Oh, I shouldn't have put the person's name up. Sorry about that. I didn't realize because these are small boxes. But thanks for the compliment. Johnny says, is it annoying when we type feedback, praise, or funny shit here? Or do you watch? No, look, you guys are just being real. It's cool. I would never say what you guys can and cannot say. And I am never going to turn down a compliment, believe me. I have very low self-esteem, and I will take compliments all day long. Do you know of any programs targeted to German market? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, like Mike Geary, has his ebook, and one of them is in German, and he sells pretty well. So, yeah, I don't know in terms of languages. Yeah, I don't know German translator, but I know that you can do it. When using your ClickBank, does it provide a logo or banner? Yeah, you could use your own logos and banners, or take anything from my site. But yeah, that's just a link. Please update my Adobe software. I know that is kind of annoying, isn't it? God, I don't want to update that now. So with your traffic system, will you be teaching us we don't need to worry about keywords? Right. I'm just going to show you traffic without all the SEO crap. Mike says, can I make a 1K a day product from the Rise to the Top style interview site? Yes, you can. But again, it wouldn't be just selling interviews, not if you're giving them away for free. Rad, I rock, thank you. Johnny said, I am the balls. I appreciate that. You're very welcome. We're going to talk about traffic towards the end. That's probably going to be like the last couple of modules. Irene, I like that name. We're going to talk. I'll give you the best way to start when we go through all the modules and then see what's going to feel right for you. Yes, I think that can work. So Chris is talking about a product. I won't say what product it is, but it's for a specific population. He said over 40. I would limit the age though. Michael Fishman, in one of our inner circle, calls it a really good point, because if you just say whatever for people over, for let's just say it's marketing for attorneys over 40, attorneys who are 50 may be like, well, it's not really for me, because it's just it's going to be people who are like 40. So I would say between 40 and 50. I'd be very specific on the age range. Rick just joined the IC. Congratulations. You're going to love the inner circle. If you like this, we do this every week, like forever. It's awesome. And I get some really cool guests on. How would I charge from different sites? This is Alex's question. How would I charge from different sites from one PayPal account? I don't know. I'll be honest, because I don't really use PayPal for that stuff. I would use you could use ClickBank or Infusion and set up many sites. Woo! I think I got all the questions. I got through all the questions in just under an hour. So, I deserve that sip of water. I appreciate it. Again, please, it's important. Give me your feedback. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Lee Marketing. Go on there. Help support this program. Support me. Show people that, hey, we can do it. We can over-deliver. I really, really appreciate you guys. Remember, next week I'm going to be on vacation. So within the next 48 hours, this program will be uploaded. And look in the members area and watch the Facebook page because I'm going to update there when the next training is as well. So stay tuned. You guys rock. I appreciate your support. I really, really do. And I can't wait till you guys have your products done, making money. And you're going to be in the spotlight soon, and I'd love to get behind you. So thanks again. Have a great week. See you next time. Take care, and bye-bye.